This video was made possible by Mizizi International, the official African diaspora clothing brand. Visit mizizishop.com for more information. In an interesting development making rounds on social media, which was monitored by the New Africa channel, a UK Conservative Member of Parliament has alleged that he was unlawfully detained and deported during a trip to Djibouti due to the East African nation's close ties to China. Mr Loughton, the Tory MP for East Worthing and Shoreham, and a member of the Home Affairs Select Committee, told media outlets that he touched down in Djibouti on April 8, 2024 for a 24-hour visit that included a meeting with the British ambassador, but he was held at the airport for more than 7 hours, prohibited from entering the country, and told he would be removed on the next available flight. Loughton alleged that his unprecedented detention and expulsion were a direct consequence of his constant criticism of the Chinese government, which is a close ally of Djibouti. Before we dive into our topic today, if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channels and ringing the bell to be notified about all our exciting future videos. According to the UK MP, he was the first off the plane when he arrived in Djibouti from Somaliland, and like other visitors, was preparing to get his visa, as is customary. As soon as I revealed I was a British MP and my passport was checked, things turned decidedly frosty, he said. He claimed that he was held without explanation in the arrivals hall before being led to a holding room, where he was shut in and detained for 3 hours. He was then instructed to catch the next plane out of the country, a journey to Dubai. Appeals by the deputy UK ambassador, who arrived at the airport later to intervene in the issue, were reportedly refused without explanation. They gave me no reason. I kept saying, why? And they could not tell me, said Mr Loughton. In short, it was a highly intimidating and very lonely experience in a very strange country, he added. Loughton revealed he had raised the issue with Andrew Mitchell, the Deputy Foreign Secretary, and written to the Djibouti ambassador via the Foreign Office to protest the outrageous incident. Loughton is one of 7 UK legislators sanctioned by China in 2021 for speaking out against China's industrial-scale human rights abuses against Uyghurs, Tibetans, and Hong Kong residents. And Djibouti, one of Africa's smallest countries, has strong connections with China and has received billions of dollars in investment, including a new stadium, hospital, a $1 billion spaceport, and a free trade zone housing manufacturing and warehouse facilities. Beijing has also established a naval base in the country and sent 2,000 troops there. It owns $1.4 billion of Djibouti's debt, equivalent to 45% of its GDP. Mr Loughton strongly believes that his past criticisms of the Chinese government, which has excellent relations with Djibouti, were behind his detention and expulsion from the East African nation. In an interview with UK-based media outlets, he said, Djibouti is effectively a vassal state of China. What China wants, Djibouti could toast to, and having a troublesome MP who has been sanctioned by China turning up on their doorstep was clearly something they didn't want to entertain. This is another example of how the tentacles of Chinese Communist government extend far and wide, and their malign influence in insensitive parts of Africa is particularly worrying. He also warned that this treatment in Djibouti may create a precedent for other Chinese-backed governments unless the West woke up to the malign and all-encompassing tentacles of the Chinese regime at home and abroad. In response to these allegations, a Chinese embassy spokesperson said the claims against China are purely baseless and fabricated and slanderous rhetoric that attempts to smear China and poison China-UK relations. The detention and deportation of Tim Loughton, a former minister and Tory MP, following his trip to Djibouti, underscores the intricate dynamics of international alliances. Loughton's expulsion, allegedly due to his criticisms of China, illuminates the complex interplay between economic interests and political allegiances in global relations. Djibouti's close ties with Beijing, evidenced by significant investment and infrastructural projects, indicate the extent of China's influence in the region. This incident has the potential to strain UK-China relations further, exacerbating existing tensions over human rights issues and geopolitical disagreements. Moreover, it could challenge UK-Djibouti relations as the UK protests the treatment of its lawmaker, while also highlighting the delicate balance between sovereignty and economic dependence on China-Djibouti relations. Ultimately, the incident is a compelling case study of how state alliances and power dynamics shape diplomatic interactions, with far-reaching implications for international cooperation and stability. Your perspective matters. What do you make of the UK Conservative MP Mr Loughton being allegedly detained and deported from Djibouti, a close Chinese ally, for criticizing Beijing in the past? Share your thoughts and insights in the comment section below. For continued updates on global affairs and diplomatic developments, be sure to subscribe to the New Africa channel. Stay informed, stay engaged. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to bringing you more insightful content in the future.